Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. Today, we'll see one of the more dangerous passing offenses. The Dolphins are top 10 in passing TDs, and they'll go against the Broncos, who are very aware of what they'll be dealing with.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to picturesque Miami, Florida. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we're ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return. Uses the stiff arm. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. 10 yards still left on second down. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. And throw right side complete to Parker. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Offense.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still second down.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And an alley to run. And down he'll go at the 25. 11 yards on the pickup. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on second and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for him. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on third down.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Kaepernick now on first down. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
He keeps making plays like that when Carlos Henderson's name will be extended to Carlos Henderson, big play guy.
Well, he maybe wasn't the household name out of college, went to Louisiana Tech, but 19 touchdowns last year. That tied the number 5 overall pick, Corey Davis, for the most in D1 football. He spots Henderson open left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Now the former Utah man. This is Devontae Booker. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Devontae Booker with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Jakeem Grant now to return. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. On second down, Williams. They find some open field here. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And that is incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Tannehill, and his throw's going to be incomplete. The tight end, Gary Barnidge, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. And this passing game, this whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And that will be incomplete as well.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, this wind is definitely going to be a factor as this game goes along. He's throwing straight into it here in the first quarter, and the ball fluttered on him a little bit. He'll definitely have to file that one away and make a mental note of it.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he finds Stills, complete. Tannehill finding Stills, and it's a Dolphin first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. Again, it's Williams. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. It's caught. It's Barnidge over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And Parkey's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So this offensive unit, they've now had 3 drives, and they only have 3 points to show for it.
Payoff is the key for everything. How many offenses we talk to that say we have to finish drives? Thus far, this team hasn't finished it quite the way they've wanted to.
Parkey now following the made field goal to kick this one off. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And some room to work. And he finally runs out of gas, but not before he's inside the 10-yard line.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
We remind you, coming up later tonight, we got a good NFC battle. The Eagles and Seahawks from Seattle, coverage starting at 8:30 Eastern. And tomorrow we'll put a bow on Week 13 with an AFC North matchup between the Steelers and the Bengals from Cincinnati.
A hard-hitting battle right there. Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
They'll run with Booker, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Devontae Booker with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. His throw incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Tannehill. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
My goodness, was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Well, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Yeah, Sanders now to return. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Throwing now is Kaepernick. And this is incomplete. Virgil Green is tied in the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. To throw, it's Kaepernick. Screen pass to Charles. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. They worked very well there for a 1st down.
Over the middle, he finds Henderson complete. And he'll go down at the 28. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot down.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Broncos defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A chance for us here to discuss Jarvis Landry. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you...
Williams loses the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Green's got it over the middle. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Virgil Green, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you. I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a fairly solid idea about which team will be featured prominently in those highlights.
Might be a little biased. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before.
And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it.
After reviewing the call, the ruling on the field is reversed.
On 2nd down, Jamal Charles. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Jamal Charles hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos continue to pour it on. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jarvis Landry and company heading back onto the field now. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And it's 3rd and short.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
3rd and 2, Tannehill. And Barnidge has it on the right side. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On first down, it's Tannehill. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill over the middle, and it's incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. Throwing again is Tannehill. And that's incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. Our first update now comes from Atlanta. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. The drive starts with Devontae Booker. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Fresh set of downs here. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Sanders has it over the middle. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Clemson, Cordray Tankersley. At a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The Dolphins on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Tannehill. And Stills over the middle. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. Around the NFL, second quarter in Chicago. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. A final shot before half for Kaepernick. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Sorry, Larry, your hard work appreciated by so many men and women, but not today as we get back to the action in the second half. Returning it, Carlos Henderson. He spins free, and now running right through him. Now Colin Kaepernick and the offense heading back out onto the field. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half. Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Kaepernick going to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Eluding the pressure right. Always got some breathing room. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Come on, let's go! Ohio! Ohio!
On 2nd down, here's Kaepernick. On the crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. And he'll be marked down deep into Miami territory. It's a big play there for the Broncos. And even 40 yards.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the end.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Wake in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Halfback sent in motion. Now Kaepernick throwing on 2nd down. Looking sideline, incomplete. Carlos Henderson, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on 1st and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a gain of 11. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Come on, let's go!
Kaepernick, they're going for it on 4th. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Big 4th down conversion for the score and the defense. That is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. The Dolphins on 3rd down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Heading back out for another drive, here's Jamal Charles. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the one touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter.
Let's go.
Kaepernick to throw on second down. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And Green with a catch left side. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
A first down carry here for Charles. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play. Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
They'll hand it off now, Williams. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
False start, offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. The Dolphins on third down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Checking the NFL scoreboard, they're in the 3rd at MetLife Stadium. The Chiefs continue to add on. They're really rolling. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Alex Smith, 2 touchdown passes to lead the way. They'll start out on the ground with Booker. Powerful running. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. They'll keep it on the ground, this time with Charles. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Man, how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even giving up a defensive touchdown.
To throw, Kaepernick. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different area.
Back now in Miami. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Here we go. 190.
Coming right, this is Charles. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Second down following the run. Again, it's Charles. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here we go.
Kaepernick now on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. On play action, it's Kaepernick out to his left. And he whips that one incomplete there. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down. The Broncos on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And they convert on third with a gain of 22. Oh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Kaepernick now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Wake in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Here we go.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. Dancing to his left. And he gets it down to the 32. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Broncos on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be third and 15. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And Latimer's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cody Latimer, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos add on. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He was looking for Landry that time, and that'll bring up second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Back to the air. Tannehill on second down. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Derek Wolfe in there to get. And that's sack number 8 for him on the year. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. A 2nd down carry for Booker. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a 3rd down.
A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
Let's go!
Oh, Kaepernick's going to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get it off to Jamal Charles there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass. They go back to the ground now with Charles. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, but we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Here we go!
They're going for it. It's Kaepernick. And Fowler's got it. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Here's Tannehill now on second down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. He's going to let it fly. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
A fourth quarter score from the Meadowlands. The Chiefs have added on. They're pulling away in that one. Alex Smith, 3 touchdown passes to help lead the way. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go. Flex now.
Booker on 1st down. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Come on, let's go. 38.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Be ready. Be ready.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Running again, and again it's Booker. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. To throw is Kaepernick. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. Say what you want, but Kaepernick's still one of the best at doing that as the scramble gets him a first.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a 1st down.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Kaepernick looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Partner, we saw these Dolphins jump off sides a bunch last year, but that's not unusual for those guys like Sue who want to get that quick start into the offensive backfield, and they do make a lot of plays doing that.
The defense helps the offense out there. Now 5 yards to go on first down. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Oh, he stays up. He gets away from one. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's incomplete. And still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. Around the NFL, they're in the fourth now in Green Bay.